That's the Munsters. Yeah, remember the Munsters? Yeah. You know, they made a Munster movie like a year or two ago. A Rob Zombie, of all people. And I'm thinking, we don't need an edgy Munsters movie. Well, guess what? It's not edgy. They just literally made a movie as if it was like 1960. So I give it my highest rating, 2 bags of popcorn on that one. And we're going to move on to some more Halloween fare. Some more 2 bag of popcorn fare over here. So there's a song called Dracula's Wedding. Guys ever hear of Outkast, Andre 3000? Guys ever hear this? It's actually nice having this Mario hat because I can see you over the stage lights. Oh, this is great. We're all here together. Anyway, it's a great song, Dracula's Wedding. And I was thinking, who's Dracula going to marry? Why not Frankenstein? We can do what we want here. It's the land of dreams. And so, in this one, you're going to hear Dracula's Wedding, and then you're going to hear the monster coming down the aisle. You're going to hear a little bit of the wedding march, and we're going to go straight into Frankenstein by Edgar Winters. You guys remember them? Albino dude? Anyway, here we go. This is Dracula's Wedding to Frankenstein, the version that doesn't have a trombone. Yeah, now they know. Knowing is half the battle. Ready? 1, 2. Here comes the monster. Want to sing it with us? Here we go. We say, hey, here comes the monster. That felt so good. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more. Here we go. I want to hear you. Hey, here comes the monster. This will be the last time, so really mean it this time. I think we see her. Hey, here comes the monster. Oh, here's the monster. Go. Go. Wow. Wow. Yeah, well, that was Dracula's Wedding to Frankenstein. Hey, I see that I somehow deleted 2 bars from that. I think it's 4 bars. Wow, that's good. Well, you know what? We're pulling out special numbers for you guys. We don't usually play nothing but monster music, even though it would probably be a good gimmick. But it's the season, you know? So we blow off the cobwebs and get rid of the monkey's fingers or whatever adorns cursed objects around times like these. But we're going to move from one group of monsters to a different group of monsters, the monsters of man. Specifically, the zombie monsters from the movie Dawn of the Dead. You guys remember Dawn of the Dead? George Romero, all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Got some real Romero heads in the crowd. Love to see that. Much of the soundtrack for Dawn of the Dead is by the Italian prog rock band Goblin. but unfortunately we left our synthesizers at home. So instead, we're going to play a song called The Gonk, which was free music in the public domain that they used to play over the end credits. But it kind of conveys the sort of empty humor of a mall filled with zombies. You know, the real zombie is man. Just kidding. This is called The Gonk from Dawn of the Dead. It might come to that. I'm really feeling that. 1, 2, 1. the gunk. The drummer, Zach Marks over here. Let's get it for Zach, huh? We ended, he goes, well, that's stupid. And you know what it is? And you're here with us. That's all it's going to be, folks. This is like strapping yourself into a roller coaster called The Stupid. And it never goes down. It just goes up, and eventually it breaks. That's it. Speaking of going up and breaking, there was a video game that came out in 1998. What? But it only came out on the computer. And it was about a bunch of skeletons. It was called Grim Fandango. And I got obsessed with this when I was like 12, 13, whenever. Thought it was one of the most interesting things I ever saw. All these like Mexican skulls enacting Humphrey Bogart plots. Really interesting graphics. And years later, I learned that there's a cult around this object, because while it is beautiful and the music is amazing, it's also a bad game to play. It's not fun to play, but I never learned that, and so that's why I don't really like video games. But I do like the music from Grim Fandango. So this is a theme song for a frustrated Grim Reaper travel agent. He can't make any sales. And he's so frustrated, we're going to call him Mr. Frustration Man. This is Mr. Frustration Man. Just imagine a skeleton having a bad time. A lot of things starting on beat 3. How's that?
No, not until you said that, yeah.
They really are.
B3
It's B3 set,
set, baby.
baby.
B3 set, baby.
B3 set, baby. This is an old B3SB right here. 1, 2, a 1. Mr. Frustration Man. Thank you very much. Well, the skeletons of Grim Fandango are my favorite ones. There's plenty other singing, dancing skeletons having misery of their own. And years ago, gosh, what was this, 2016 maybe? Gosh, yeah, you remember that year? Who here remembers the year 2016? Only 2010s kids will remember this. Oh no, I hate to hear that. I can see why she left. No, I'm just kidding, folks. You're all right. You're all right. I get no respect, I tell you. But we're going to go to a different skeleton. This one's Jack Skellington. It's like the Welsh version of skeleton, or something. I don't know. I'm not Welsh. I shouldn't act like I know what Welsh is. There's some Y's, W's, stuff like that. This is called What's This? This is probably a bad idea to do. We're going to do it anyway because this is rhythmically complicated. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. What's this? Zach Marks! Wow! What happened? I blacked out. Woo. Oh, thank you so much. That was pretty great, actually. I'm feeling good about that. Yeah, What's This? By Danny Elfman from the film The Nightmare Before Christmas. Not actually directed by Tim Burton, even though his name's on it. A guy named Tom Selznick, right? I don't know. What is this, Wikipedia? This is a concert. Oh, listen, if you don't like talking, this is the wrong place for you, buddy. The door's right over there. They're going to be talking all night. In fact, we're going to play a song right now that's not on the list, but involves a lot of me talking. This is called Space Jam. Yeah, we're going to do it early tonight, folks. We'll probably do it again later if you like what you hear. So, this is based on a true story. There's a train that runs through Chicago, the Brown Line. Goes in a big old loop around the downtown, and it goes north, and then it goes west, and then it goes right back around in a big old looping pattern. This is why we call the downtown of Chicago the Loop. And I remember once I got on the Brown Line, and a guy wore a shirt, a black t-shirt that looked like Run DMC, but it didn't say Run DMC. No, it said, fuck LBJ. I'm like, what? Can they do that? Are they allowed to do that? So I wondered, number one, that. And number two, what problem did this gentleman have with Lyndon Baines Johnson, the president from the 60s? LBJ, right? What problem could you have with him? What, are you a Barry Goldwater fan or something? I don't know. I'm not a historian. Years later, I was talking to someone about the basketball game that was on, and somebody referred to LBJ. I'm like, wait a second. The president? The guy that guy didn't like who wore the shirt? No, there's another guy named LBJ. There's two of them, folks. Yeah, it's like the ending of Ace Ventura, where the guys are the same guys, but this time it's different guys. This other LBJ is named LeBron James. You guys ever hear of him? You knew it! Ding, ding, ding! You get a Marvel No Prize, my friend. Okay, so I thought, what a silly misunderstanding. All these years, I thought this guy was a time-traveling Republican from the 60s. But it turns out he actually just doesn't like a guy who plays a lot of basketball. So, I thought, I got to process this the only way I know how, through song, through the art of composition. And so I sat down and I wrote a list of the things that were good about Lyndon Baines Johnson, the space race, that's pretty good. Housing, Civil Rights Act, great. That's all set. And then I wrote down all the things that are good about LeBron James, basketball, and I was done. But it turns out that basketball and space have already been combined into one art form already. It's been perfectly distilled. There's no way I can improve upon it. It's a movie, and the name of that movie is called Space Jam. Yes, the first legacy, the old legacy, not the new one. And so instead of writing a song about any of the things I just talked about, I instead wrote a song about the movie Space Jam and what it's about. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, you know. Space Jam is a movie starring Michael Jordan. Space Jam is a movie starring Michael Jordan. Here we go. He's good at basketball. He's good.
Very good.
He's good at basketball. He's good. He's good at basketball. He's good. He's good at basketball. Second verse. Oh, Space Jam is a thing you put on space bread. Space Jam is a thing you put on space bread. Now everybody get up and dance like your dad right now. Dance like your dad. Dance like your dad. However your dad would dance, dance in that way. Dance like your dad in the fashion and manner of your dad. You better get up there and start dad dancing. It's the time. Here we go. Mark Hebert on the baritone saxophone. William Russell on the tuba. Zach Marks on the drum set. All right. I was thinking, as I'm standing here, you free associate, right? You think of like what that reminds you of. And I was like, oh, that's spooky, which is appropriate for Halloween, right? And I was like, what's a spooky Halloween poem we could read, huh? Play the hits, huh? So I had the Macbeth witches monologue ready to go. You know, boil, boil, toil and trouble, cauldron burn and cauldron bubble, etc., etc. But you know what? I'm not feeling it. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, folks. It's how many days to Halloween? We got tomorrow, this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 more days to Halloween. Halloween. Silver Shamrock. Any Halloween 3 Season of the Witch fans in the house? Okay. Sequels get a bad rap. Usually there's a good movie, a bad sequel, and then the good sequel. The third one is the secret, folks. The third one is the secret. What do I mean by this? Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. The Wolf? Different movie. What about Exorcist 3, right? Directed by the author, William Peter Blatty. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, why would I read a poem when you can just keep doing the same thing over and over again? Like talking on the microphone. And in fact, if I were to do a poem, I'd want to come up with it on the spot. Something, what do you say, ex-contemporaneous? Is that the word? What's the word I'm looking for here? Simultaneous, improvised? Extemporaneous. You see, this is why this guy plays tuba. He knows all the words. And so I'm coming up with a poem right now. I think I got it. I just wrote the volta. I'm checking the rhyme scheme and the rhythm. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Here's my poem. LBJ stands for LeBron James. LBJ stands for President Lyndon Johnson. LBJ stands for LeBron James. LBJ stands for President. I want to hear ya. LBJ stands for LeBron James. LBJ stands for President Lyndon Johnson. LBJ stands for LeBron James. LBJ stands for President Lyndon Johnson. Thank you very much. Space Jam.